Hello, I'm Dr. Ramona Lumpkin, Interim President and Vice Chancellor of Mount St. Vincent University. Each year, the United Nations observes the International Day of the Girl Child on October 11th to recognize girls' rights and the unique challenges they face around the world. Every day across the globe, more than 1.1 billion girls are breaking barriers and working to resolve issues like climate change, child marriage, violence, and inequitable access to health care and education. Here at Mount St. Vincent University, we strongly believe education has the power to advance women, and we stand firm in our commitment to diversity, inclusion, and social justice. Our Alexa McDonough Institute for Women, Gender, and Social Justice aims to achieve equity and improve lives through feminist initiatives that extend knowledge and understanding of issues affecting women and girls in our Mount St. Vincent University community and beyond. This year, we're recognizing the International Day of the Girl by turning our attention to the current issue of exclusion from education facing girls and women in Afghanistan. When the Taliban were removed from power in 2001, enormous progress was made in improving Afghanistan's education enrollments and literacy rates, especially for women and girls. A recent report by the United Nations Education Branch, UNESCO, said the number of girls in primary school had increased from almost 0 to 2.5 million in those 17 years. However, this fall, the Taliban once again seized control of Afghanistan and threatens to stifle this progress. According to the United Nations and reports from around the world, women are not going to work, girls are not going to school. The Women's Affairs Ministry in government was replaced with the Ministry of Vice and Virtue. The Taliban announced that women will be allowed to go to school, but in separate institutions from men. However, the current education system does not have the resources to support separate classes, so this, in essence, will exclude women from studying. The curriculum will be dictated by the Taliban, and a dress code has been enacted and will be enforced. To cast a light on this issue of exclusion and oppression of women and girls in Afghanistan, Chair of the Alexa McDonough Institute, Leanne Beddow, sits down with Ms. Gulmakai Sarvar, President of the Afghan Society of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Ms. Sarvar tells us about her personal experience escaping the Taliban regime in Afghanistan in 1995, seeking refuge in neighboring countries until she came to Canada in 2005.
When we lived with my family together, that time I was young. On 1985, we left Afghanistan and came to Pakistan and then went to Iran. And Iran, I got married there. And then for many years, my family, when Russia left Afghanistan, and my family went back to Afghanistan. But I still live in Iran with my husband, and then I got half children. And then after many years in 1995, we went to back Pakistan, and then from Pakistan we went to Kabul, because on that time the Mujahideen regime, they got Afghanistan, and we thought now is good to go there and live there. And when we got there, it wasn't quite peaceful, that country. So Kabul was bombing from Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, another group of Afghan. And they bomb all the time. And I put my children I can't remember grade 1 or grade 2, they are in school. and the bombs came there. Oh my God, it was my heart breaking. A lot of children get by that bomb, like died. They destroyed all the schools, everything. But the situation was really terrible. It was very difficult to live there. And then suddenly we saw Taliban get over and over, and then came to Kabul. They took the government from Mujahideen. And that time we, we were very worried and very scary thing, because also my family we are from, like my mother from Panjshir province, and my dad from Kabul. Because of that nation, Taliban is opposite of us. So my husband was hiding in house, and he can't go outside. And I went to outside and buy some groceries, those things. And it was like 2-3 days when Taliban get Kabul, and we left our house with everything. Like nothing to take off from my house or sell it or something. Just lock the door and run away. And even my youngest son, and he was crying, I want to take my bicycle. And I said, no, this is not the time you have to play with bicycle. We have to run away from here.
Right. So that was the first time that the Taliban came into power in 1996, that you left Kabul and you went to Pakistan.
Yes.
And then from Pakistan, you eventually made your way to Canada.
Yes, from Pakistan, my husband, because the Pakistan was very dangerous too. When we were there, and there was a lot of group of people there, talkative, when you are living, your neighbor, we don't know, and they were reporting the Taliban, or many groups in Peshawar was there. And one night, like 10 people with all things with them, like knife, guns, and they came on midnight on our house. And it was really good. My husband wasn't on that night in home, and he went to his friend's home. So they came there and they said, you are from Panjshir. And especially my husband, he was very close to family, Ahmad Shah Massoud families. And they said, you are that person working with Ahmad Shah Massoud, and you have a lot of money, you have gun, give it to us. And I was with my children, and they were sleeping. And I said, if I had those money and those things, why I am living in Peshawar, Pakistan? Why I am not in the Europe or another best country, but we don't have nothing. We are just here refugee. We left our country and here. And they said, no, you are lying. I said, if I'm lying, you can find anything you want. Just don't touch my children and myself. And whatever you want to take, and take it. And they turn out all my pillows, blankets, mattress, everything. They destroyed, and they couldn't find anything. And just I have some jewelries, and they took off all my jewelries, and the TVs, those things. And they got out from my house, and I wasn't crying actually. I was very brave and keep myself confident because of my children, and they were crying, what has happened? And then they continue on 2002, I think. I registered in United Nations until 2005. We did follow with the United Nations all the time, every month and every year. We just contact them, what we can do, until finally Canada came over there and accept the same as me, like 2,000 families. from Tajikistan, from Russia, from all over cities.
Right. So you came to Canada in 2005.
Yes.
But before you left Afghanistan, the first time when the Taliban came into power in 1996, when you left before then, Afghanistan, you know, I think a lot of people don't understand that it is a developed country as far as women's rights go, that, you know, women had the right to vote in Afghanistan in 1919.
Yes.
They built the first school for girls in 1921. So before the Taliban came into power, girls were going to school and women were working.
Yes.
And
yes.
so how did that change when the Taliban came into power? And now they're back in power again, as you just mentioned. So how did that change?
They closed the schools. They don't get women go to outside even. Even outside, you have to be with men. The leader of the Taliban said, woman is only for the way to live. They has to live in house and burn children. That's it for women. Nothing else for women.
Right.
Yes.
So they're saying one thing to get the support of other countries,
Yes.
but they're doing the
Yes.
opposite.
My sisters, they were in Panjshir, and when Taliban get there and destroyed their house, their clothes, their everything, and they landed in Kabul, Afghanistan. And her daughter was, and herself, my sister, she was a teacher at the Panjshir province. And her daughters, one daughter's lawyer and another daughter's journalist. She finished 2 years and they wanted to continue their education. But right now they are at home. They can't work, they can't study, they can't even at home they are hiding themselves, and they said every night Taliban searching each houses. No reason. With no reason, they are coming at the door, knocking the door, and coming inside the house and looking around. Whatever they want to, they can do. And they are really scared because this is young girls. They are scaring one day they are not going to take them. It has to be educated, everything, but especially woman has to be educated because the woman is the key of the families. When woman is studying education and knowing everything, because she is growing up the children's. It is the big help for that. Even staying at home, and if she has the ability and the education, at least growing her children in the right way. Without education, never any countries can do anything. We have to follow like man and woman equal. They have to have their rights and they have to have their education, whatever they want. But right now, Taliban, which is doing, it is not, doesn't make sense in any religious or any kind of policy or regimes.
Since the Taliban has come into power again this past August 2021, as you've said, things have changed dramatically again and people are in hiding. How can people in Canada help these people that want to leave Afghanistan now while the Taliban's in power and come to Canada? How can we help?
Because we are living here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, a lot of organizations, they can help us. It's all together, including my family, it's 160 people. And we're gonna help them, or other organization, they can at least sending a powerful letter for the immigration. This is our communities, the same as other communities living in Halifax. And we are other organization. You can help them the same way they are bringing another people. And under this 40,000 refugees they accept.
Yes.
So if they can do that, that will be great. That will be very helpful for our communities here to live comfortable with their families.
Yeah. Thank you
Yes.
for coming today to share your story and to tell us.
Thank you. Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate to give me this chance, I said my word.